What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Scarcasm Live, where we drink beers on the job and we gear done.
It's all right.
Did you stop your download again because you started roboting for a second? Chase is in the building.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I did start my son of a bitch. I spilled it.
Welcome to Scarcasm Live, where we spill our beers and we say, "Some bitch."
Some bitch, I spilled my dang beer. Freaking fuck it.
God darn it.
I did start my let me stop this download.
What are you downloading?
Killing Floor 2.
Is that one of the free games?
Yeah. Actually, it's one of the games to where you can kind of like play a little bit. And I'm going to talk about that in games a little bit. I like it a lot, but you can play just like one map with one character, pretty much all you want, but it's not completely downloaded. But I went to my mom's to download it, and her internet isn't the best in the world, so the whole time I was there, and then I looked back, and then all of a sudden I still had an hour, and we had to go. So now I'm downloading again.
Yeah,
or finishing it.
I haven't played any games at all. Like I've played nothing in the past week. I've literally played no games at all.
Hopefully that will change, because I do want to try to do the Sunday game nights, and I was gonna. My sister gets married on Saturday.
Gone to the chapel, and she's gonna get married. Come on, please tell me you've thought of that before. I guess not. So your sister's getting married, okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking, but yeah, she's getting married on Saturday, and then I was trying to figure out if there's actually anything like some marriage type stuff on Sunday night, because I really want to try to get this game night thing going, and maybe I can actually just do what I did tonight and actually just bring the PlayStation over here.
Okay.
I may robot going out to the car. I got to get a bag.
Okay.
But yeah, and I found my copy of Diablo 3.
Word up.
So I found that, and I was pretty excited about that. I was like singing hallelujah, because I thought I had that thing in the Persona case, because I was playing that right before I got Persona, and I just put it in the case, because stupid me normally does that. But that made that game not get stolen. So good me for being stupid for once.
So where did you actually find it?
It was in my desk, like not in the case. So I must have just like taken it out of the case to put Persona in it when I changed games or something, and then Amber just put it in the the desk. But so cool. It was not stolen, so I can't find the case. But
you can go online and find the case and just print that shit.
Yeah, it's somewhere, because they kept all the game cases for the games that got stolen just in case they found them, or if I got rid of them, then they're like, what games got stolen? I was like, I don't know. Now I can you show them these games, but so whatever. So anyway, I do want to do that. So I mean, there's plenty of things to play now, especially Killing Floor 2. Even if people aren't really that into it, it's free this month. I mean, just download it. It's 6-player fucking co-op. Just killing fucking monsters. 6-player co-op. This is like the ultimate.
That means I gotta clear some. That means I gotta clear some space, man. My hard drive. I never put an extra hard drive on or in my PlayStation, so I still got the 500, and that's nowhere near enough. Yeah, even though I barely used the damn thing.
Yeah, both consoles, man. That was ridiculous that they put 500 gigabytes in, when these games
are 50 gigabytes a piece, and that's not including the updates.
Right, because when I got my Xbox One, the first game I tried to download was Gears 4. That damn thing was 75 fucking gigabytes. That is ridiculous. I mean, I know it's beautiful and it has all these textures and stuff, but there's got to be some way to make that shit smaller. I mean, 75 gigabytes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, there was some
I think
pretty
I think
360 games.
I think is it Halo 5 or Halo the Master Chief Collection that's like way bigger than that?
It may be I'm not sure
Because I know
because
the Master Chief Collection, the online portion is completely downloadable. You can't play anything online. The whole online is the download package.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, let me bring up my notes here because we can, since you don't really have much to talk about, I can kind of.
Well, you let's start off with games this time, because I didn't play any, and you got some.
Yeah, we should probably do that from now on. I mean, I do have games listed here first on my little notes, and it's always been that way, but we would end up just talking about music for some reason, and then we would go into TV, and then we would end off on games. But anyway, I have been playing a few different types of games, which is Nier Automata, still playing that. I still like it. I've nothing really new to talk about that.
It's another game I need to clear some space for.
And then Killing Floor 2, I really like it because I know, which is freaking black. I don't know why you don't like it, but it's very Left 4 Dead like.
Well, I've never played it. What do you mean I don't like it? I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
You don't like Left 4 Dead is what I meant.
That's Blue.
Oh, Blue don't like Left 4 Dead.
Blue don't like Left 4 Dead. I love Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
I think Left 4 Dead 2 is the second best co-op game of all time.
Okay. Because I thought when on the last Facetious you were like, well, maybe that was Blue. Because I was kind of half listening because I was...
Blue doesn't like Left 4 Dead because starting to play Left 4 Dead caused his 360 to red ring. And he now associates... Left 4 Dead with the red ring of death happening to him.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just mental association.
Yep.
When you would listen to an album while you were sick, and then every time you hear that song, it makes you feel sick. Top thing.
I never had that. There's back in the day. There's like CDs that I associate with certain video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like there's a specific Jay-Z album I listen to a lot while playing Tomb Raider 2. And every time I hear a song from that album, I think of Tomb Raider 2. Like that type of thing. Yeah. I associate things like that. I don't associate them with like negative things, really. The only song that I associate with something negative or, something negative, I cannot listen to Arms Wide Open without crying. I can't. It's not possible because that song came out around the time where my ex-wife got pregnant with my son who didn't make it. So now I associate that song with the feeling of I'm going to be a father because, that's what that song is about. I'm going to be a father and, and the feelings that were associated with me feeling like I'm going to be a father for the first time, and then it didn't happen, and my feelings kind of transferred into that song. And I think about every time that song comes up, I think about my son and what could have been, and it makes me cry every single time. I love Human Clay. Like, I know people don't fuck with Creed like that. I love Human Clay, but if I get to that song, it's an instant skip. Like, I got to.
Yeah. I think. Well, let's get back on games. I can get back to that with music. But anyway, Killing Floor 2 is a lot like Left 4 Dead. Mm-hmm. So, but it's also kind of like Call of Duty Zombies in a way too, just of how it kind of plays. Mm-hmm. But it's not endless like that, and it's not convoluted like that. Call of Duty Zombies, in theory, sounds like something I would love, and then I would play it, and then I'd have fun. But then it would after like 17 waves or so, it would get so hard to where even the best weapon in the game, you're having to shoot the freaking zombies like 20 times, and you're having to do these tricks to try to almost break the game to do it. I'm like, screw that.
Yeah. So when they started adding like shit to do. Like, okay, so you got to get this part, you have to take it over here so you can get this fan so it can open this door. Like, why the fuck couldn't I just open the door?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Stuff's cool if it had some direction to tell me, kind of. Right. It's almost like Call of Duty Zombies was doing Rage before Destiny.
Pretty much.
But yeah, it has more focus than that, to where you would say, this is wave 1, this is wave 2. You know, okay, here's a break from the wave. Now you can go upgrade your weapons, and then you just hold. You'll have enough money by that point to hold circle at the little weapon thing to upgrade. And there's like a whole bunch of different classes to do. Like, there's a guy that has a big shovel. There's a guy that has a commando just assault rifle flame. Then there's a guy that has a flamethrower. Then there's a healer guy. Then there's and there's a bunch of different ones.
I've never understood why people would use a flamethrower in a zombie movie or a zombie video game, because technically those zombies don't feel pain. So what's to stop them from keep running and give you a big hug while they're on fire?
I think it comes from The Thing, and how when The Thing came out, everyone said, that's fucking badass. Fucking flamethrowers are badass. And then it was in everything. So yeah, and then after a few waves or whatnot, then you'll have a boss, and the boss is different characters and things. So I guess there's some sort of story there, but it doesn't really push the story. It's mostly just kill the shit and have fun with your friends, and which is cool. And it's the perfect game to be free, and the perfect game to just be free right now, to where we can have game nights. And if you're going from Destiny or Left 4 Dead, all of a sudden you don't have the problems of nobody getting in, because it's 6 fucking player co-op. Like, that's so many people.
Right.
And co-op. But and there's also a versus mode, which is 12 players. So there's that too. But
yeah, I have no interest in versus.
But yeah, I think it's still versus survival. So I think you still have enemies coming at you, but you have to survive the other team too. So it's
we good.
Yeah, I'm good too. The only versus thing that I thought was kind of interesting was Left 4 Dead, because it wasn't enemies shooting each other. It was almost like the zombies had to, like, the zombie team had to, like, really be stealthy and use a lot of strategy. That was really unique take on versus, I thought, because the smoker basically was a sniper, because the zombies actually were pretty weak. If you just ran out there and tried to, like, eat a freaking survivor, they're just going to mow you down, you're dead. You know what I mean?
Right.
But next game is God Eater 2. I picked that up, and I actually haven't played it. I put it in and I said, oh, this is actually co-op, and I didn't even know it was co-op, but it's like kind of a Monster Hunter type thing. You just go out and, like, kill monsters and things. It's kind of why are you buying
all of these games instead of buying Mass Effect?
Because I own Mass Effect, and I want to get an Xbox again to play it there. And I bought, like, I pre-ordered the, like, freaking $99 one. So yes, I don't want to buy it again.
I got you. Makes sense.
But yeah, I got that because it was cheap, and Show Enough from Gamer Husbands, now he's on Gaming Vessels, a new podcast that's only on SoundCloud right now, but they're trying to get an RSS feed. It's a really good podcast. I really dig Show Enough. Him and Joe. I mean, I really enjoy their.
I like Show Enough.
Yeah, and then, but yeah, he was touting this game for, like, all year last year, and it sounded like something I would be into. Just just killing monsters, And then when I said, "Oh, you can make a girl character in this game," and Amber's like, "I want to make a girl character," so she's been playing it, and I haven't played it yet, but it looks cool. It's very Japanese, but it's not.
Is it split screen?
No, I don't think it's split screen. Which that sucks. But I mean, I pretty much, like, if something's not split screen, if something is split screen, that's when I'm surprised, because you normally don't see split screen games anymore. And the fourth thing I've been playing isn't a video game. It's something that is kind of new to me. I've been playing Magic the Gathering. So
yeah, you said that there was one of those places near you, like a comic book type joint, where you can play those type of games. So you became a Magic nerd.
Well,
have you started collecting cards yet?
No, I haven't even bought any cards, because my buddy that I went with, he was really wanting to do some of the stuff kind of like that. And I said, well, this Warhammer stuff and all this other stuff is really freaking expensive. And, but Magic is probably a lot easier to get into, just buying a deck for $14 and you're good for just to play. If you really want to go hardcore in it, I'm sure you could spend some coin. But I was like, well, I kind of want to play with him. And the guy was like, well, here's a red and green 30 card deck. You can put them together to make a 60 card deck. And, they just give these to us for free. So here you go. So I have a 60 card deck for free, which is basic of the basic cards. But it's pretty cool. And I didn't think I would really get into it, but it's kind of relaxing in a way and plays a lot like a JRPG, but with cards. And I kind of dig it. And it's kind of, out of the house and social and hanging out with people. So
drinking beers.
Well, actually, that place doesn't have beers, but that would be great if they did. But
I downloaded a long time ago. My ex-wife was on a vacation, and my friend Zabari was like super into Magic, the video game, the one that was on 360. So I bought it and I played it with him like once, and I didn't understand. They were explaining it to me at the time while we were playing. I had no idea what I was doing, but I played along, and I've never touched it since.
Yeah. It's at first, as someone explaining it to you, it's like, what is going on? But once you start kind of playing it, it kind of clicks. It's actually really simple to play, but really hard to master, which, anything like that is almost, when people can master the simple to play, hard to master game type or mechanic, they've made the perfect game. Because because that's kind of why games like Rocket League are super popular,
Right. And the fact that I own that on 2 consoles and I don't play either.
Right. But yeah, the other thing is I still kind of go in and out of Persona 5 New Game Plus. It's still the perfect game, and I need to see one certain fans. Oh yeah, I need to see when certain fans of the game are done that I know in the podcast community, because I really want to try to do a spoiler cast. At first it was it's going to be with like Future Monkeys, because I knew that a listener, Vegas, was playing it, and I actually kind of got him into Persona 4, and now he really likes Persona 5. So, and I know that Shonuff is playing it, and I know that either Elaine is done or playing it. I'm not sure, but I know there's at least 3 or 4 people that are really into it. That's actually part of podcast. That'd be kind of cool to do a mashup podcast and actually have them all on the feeds, and which would get us to talk about Persona 5 openly, and be able to spoil shit, and it not, because pretty much anything you talk about is a spoiler. And it would also kind of get cross-pollination through the podcast too, because, some of the, main listeners are also people that are doing podcasts too.
Yeah, I got you. We did a show after we did a Mass Effect 3 podcast that was very well received with the Angry Mailman podcast. I think it was the Geeks of Color, because I think Q was there. Blue was there. I was there. I can't remember who else was there. It was a few of us, and we call it the Angry Geeks with Open Scars. And that show was greatness. Like, it was greatness. And I had the most outlandish, I had a problem with one of the parts. I mean, I guess you can spoil it now, but this is for Mass Effect 3, not Andromeda. I said that if the ending had anything to do with Earth, it was a failure. Because Earth has been so unimportant the whole rest of the story, and now Earth is important? That's nonsense.
Right. Yeah, I always thought that was weird. Even when I played Mass Effect 1, I was like, why can't I go to Earth? I can go to the moon, I want to go see what freaking North Carolina looks like in the future. You know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, yeah. Because especially since Show Enough is on, I know Show Enough is playing it, and that could get some new listeners to their new Gaming Vessels podcast because they're very new, and even though it's almost like an extension of Gamer Husbands, since when I would listen to Gamer Husbands, it would be Show Enough and Trader Joe talking about Japanese games, and then the other guys talking about Ghost Recon Wildlands, and then that's pretty much how it went.
I was on that show one time, and this is back with like Maverick, Superman, and the other guy. I can't think of his name right now, but it was like a long time ago. But I was on, and it was kind of a short show because I think it was Maverick and Superman were on with me because we had all met at PAX one year. Well, the other two, Superman and the other guy. I know one. I can't remember which one was which, but one of them was drunk off his face. Like, it was hilarious because we did a huge podcast with like 15 of us in a hotel room. The first year I went to PAX, we were all in a hotel room. Like, it's been filmed. I don't know if I know at one point it was on YouTube, but Vlad's had pressed discs and sent us all discs of it. I think I saw before I moved, I found my disc, but yeah, it was there's a picture with all of us in the picture. And it was like a bunch of podcasters and a couple of our wives and stuff. We were all hanging out in just one hotel room. And it was awesome. We did just a massive podcast, and that was dope as fuck. Man, those are the dates. All right, so I want to keep this under an hour. We've already talked for getting close to a half an hour. So you got anything else game related?
No. We can go into movies and TV.
Okay, I haven't watched any movies either.
Okay, well, Cowboy Bebop is done. We finished it. I really loved the ending, even though it was really sad. But
I don't remember it. Don't spoil it.
Okay. And then we started Samurai Champloo, which
is the shit, son.
It's freaking awesome.
I remember it being the shit. I don't remember anything about it.
I love Bebop, but I think I might like this just a tad bit more. It's so stylistic and so. Like, the humor is spot on. The action is great. Music is awesome.
The what is spot on?
The humor.
You're eating your H's. The humor. All right, the humor. Go ahead.
Yeah, we really like it, and so we're going through that now, and which is really actually kind of neat because I had kind of known about the show, like, because when I searched up Cowboy Bebop before I found it at Walmart, to try to order it on Amazon, that also said Samurai Champloo on there, and so I seen the name. But then when you said it, so you actually, the guy that hates anime has freaking
yeah, I've seen a few.
Well, actually, your taste in the anime that you like seems like the anime that I like. So
yeah, I would probably watch more if I didn't have to read.
Right, which is cool nowadays because a lot of the voice actors for the English are getting a lot better. The voice acting for the English of Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo is really good, and a lot of the newer ones are pretty good too. But like really older ones, the voice actors they pretty much like just mailed them in. You know what I mean? It was just terrible. But so that's why the whole dub versus subs thing. But I don't mind subtitles. But with anime, it moves so fast I can't keep up. I mean, it's not that I'm like, oh, I can't read. I ain't gonna read shit. It's not that. It's just that it just moves too fast for me.
Yeah, I'm usually like on my phone and I get up and I do stuff while I'm watching things. Like, I'm not just doing one thing in most cases. so it's bothersome that I can't like be on Facebook and watch a TV show. It just kind of sucks. But I'll get to that when I get to what I've actually been watching.
Yeah, but and then we also thrown in Friday because we don't have internet. We were looking through our DVDs. We were like, fuck it, let's watch Friday, and it still holds up. I still love that movie.
Yeah,
it's the movie when you kind of want to watch Boys in the Hood, but you want to laugh too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, Friday. Is there a better movie to watch when you're high than Friday?
Maybe Half Baked.
No. Because Half Baked is too on the nose.
Yeah.
When you're high, like
Yeah.
Half Baked is a good choice, but it's not the choice. Friday is the choice to watch when you're high.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe Empire Records. Maybe.
Never seen it. I'm black.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. I was just talking to my friend. I was like, "Hey, man, you know that?" I was telling him about this band called Animals as Leaders. I was like, "Yeah, they're a metal band and they're all instrumental. There's no vocals and there's a black guy in the band." He was like, "Why does that matter?" I was like, "Well, it don't really matter. It's just kind of cool, because you don't really see that often." It's like, but I don't know. I thought it was funny. But,
I guess.
But
that's totally the name of the show. I'm typing it now.
But anyway, you got something to talk about that you were watching? It seems like this is the Awakened Heathen show, but
it pretty much is because I only have two things to talk about.
Okay.
Like I literally only have two things to talk about.
Do you have anything in this section?
Yes, because the only thing I've been watching is TV shows.
Okay.
So I haven't been watching any YouTube either. Like I have not been watching anything, except for. Yeah. Have you ever seen there's a the most hardcore death metal scream video? It's, oh my God, it's the best.
Yeah, the thing where they did it for Mudvayne or whatever.
Yes.
And they
because the worst part about it is I had heard that song before.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't really remember that part. But I had heard the song before, so I'm expecting something, and then the guy goes, and it's hilarious. Damn, Rashani got me a couple weeks ago with that shit again. So, all right, so I have two things I've been watching. I'm caught up on American Gods because my internet has worked enough for me to watch the episodes, even though I was behind 2 weeks, so I had to watch them both back to back. And man, American Gods is good. Like it's really stinking good. Like,
I've been hearing, man.
Super stinking good. Like it's fucking stinking good. Like it's freaking good. I enjoy it. And even from the perspective of someone who has listened to the audiobook now twice, I still find so much to enjoy. Is one thing like, I said the same thing about True Blood. If you ever listen to the books that are the same as True Blood, the books don't feel as real as the TV show does because the books are from one character's perspective. And the whole story is through that one character's perspective. So everyone in the story is a reflection of how this character sees them. It's not who they are. So when you watch True Blood, you get all of these people with all of these different personalities and stuff like that you don't get in the books because the whole the books are only from Sookie's perspective. And in American Gods, the book is, with the exception of the side stories, the book is told almost completely through Shadow's perspective. So it's what he thinks, is how he feels, and all of this other stuff, but now you have a chance to like really go into like what the other characters were doing when Shadow was away from them. And in the last episode, you actually get a follow-up from a story that you there's a part of the story that isn't connected to what's happening with Shadow and his world. But you actually get a follow-up on the story that you never get in the book because the follow-up doesn't happen with Shadow. So
I'm just imagining the whole time you're talking that you're actually talking about Homeward Bound.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Because one of the animals, his name is Shadow, and it makes it feel like Homeward Bound is like the shit. Like you can like freaking get high and listen to Shadow, and he's like talking about how he's in a big hole, and you know.
You've been really high before. Oh no, I'm gonna tell you, I got so high once. Now there's two times I've been super high. One time I was so high that I thought that I came up with the concept of how to do turn signals correctly. Like, you pull it down to go to the left because you're pulling it down. You're basically going left, and you push it up to go right because that means you're going right. This is before I was driving, by the way, because I didn't start driving until I was like 25 or somewhere like, I didn't start driving until like mid 20s. So this is like high school era, but I got so high. I thought I came up with that. And the second time I got really, really stinking high, I got so high that I thought money transactions were not good for people because you give somebody some money and you never get your money back. Like I was that high. Like I had you some money and I don't get my money back. I never get my money back. Like I give you money and it's gone. Like that's how high I was. Like not even thinking that I'm giving you money for a good or a service and that's what you're receiving in return. But I was so high I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just thinking about the money transaction and the fact that I'm giving you money that I don't get back.
Right, but if everyone was as high as you, like all the time, then everyone would have the best budgets ever, man.
Yeah, man.
You had a good budget back then, a good budget plan.
Right. So yeah, those two times. Oh, and the first time I got high, I was a lot smaller. Now, granted, I was a lot smaller of a person in high school, and I ended up standing on a coffee table singing the Smurf song. Yeah, that happened. I'm not proud of it, but it happened. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, American Gods, great. If you have access to HBO or any other way that you can get that, I think it's not HBO, it's a Starz show, and you can pay a little bit extra if you have Amazon Prime to get Starz content, including American Gods, I believe. So if you already have Amazon Prime, I think it's $8.99. Which I might have to pay because of the other thing that I'm watching. I am totally in on Power, dog. Like, so in on Power. That shit is greatness, sir. It is greatness. And I can't speak highly. I can't speak more highly of Power and how great that shit is. Like, it is fucking amazing. I started last Sunday. I was watching. I started season 2 because I went through season 1. I started season 2, and the second and the third seasons are 10 episodes each. Right. So I started season 2, and I watched the first episode because my girl wanted to take a nap. She was over my house. She wanted to take a nap, so I came in here and I watched it. I had on headphones. The usual. Real nigga shit. I always say that because I can. So I came in here and I watched it with the headphones, and then she got mad at me, so she went home. And I was supposed to do stuff, but I really wanted to find out what happened. So I kept watching. Well, I waited a little bit, and then I started watching it again, and I watched episodes 2 through 8 that night. And when I finally decided that I needed to stop because I probably should go to bed, it started to become light outside.
Light outside?
Yes, because I have been watching Power overnight, and
I did that with Persona.
I've done it. I've done it with a few video games, but most of the time it's planned. Like, a new Mass Effect is coming out. I know what the deal is. I take a couple days off because I know I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get it at midnight, and then I'm gonna play it until I can't play no more, and then I got the next day off, like that type of shit. Even though I couldn't do that with Andromeda because I don't get any time off because I haven't earned it yet in this job. Which I may be getting a promotion soon. Yay.
Shit, awesome.
Yeah.
Promotions are good. I can't get any promotions because there's no promotion to go to.
Yeah. I think I'm going. There's plans in the works for me to become the manager of a site, but that probably won't start until August, which sucks because if it started sooner, then I wouldn't have to pay for daycare for my daughter, who will be here next weekend.
Cool. You get to spend some time with your daughter.
Yeah, my daughter's awesome. My daughter's a little me. Like the more you get to know her, the more you get to know little me, because she is very much me. Which is fucking awesome. Like, who's better than me? Than a little me. Like,
I'm pretty cool.
I guess. but yeah. So I'll have Pooh Bear next weekend. That means I have to work Monday because I have Saturday off. So I got to work Monday through Friday, which is gonna suck, but it's gonna be awesome because I have my Pooh Bear here. But what's really gonna suck is how much money I'm gonna have to spend for somewhere for her to be. Because even though she's 9, I work on the complete other side of the city, so I can't really leave her here by herself.
Right.
So, but my promotion, I would be working here, and by working here, I'm here all day. So she wouldn't need to be anywhere else. So that means probably in August, I wouldn't have to pay any money, but she goes back mid-August. So mid to late August. So that sucks. But yeah, Power is so good. Like if you have Amazon Prime already, I know you could do like a 7-day trial. Just take a couple days off and just binge all 3 seasons. You should do that shit, yo.
Maybe I should.
You should.
I won't get paid, and I need money.
Yeah, but I mean, you got a couple of days of vacation. You'll be okay.
Yeah, maybe. I have to look at my pay stubs and see how much I got. Hey, let's go to music.
Okay.
The new True Widow is really good. Like last time, I kind of said it was okay, and I was kind of talking about their older stuff a little bit, but it's really good. I gave it another listen, and I like it a lot, even though you kind of have to listen to it once to and then go back to it. It's kind of how they roll, to where when you listen to it once, you kind of know what you're getting into the second time, and it'll be like, yeah, I remember that from last time I listened to it, and then you're like, I like it. It has more crunch in the guitars than the other one. Like I said, the other one it was mostly clean, even though they had like effects like the reverb and stuff that made it sound like a dark version of surf music. But this one I wouldn't say it's heavier. It's just there is more crunch, like a more distorted sound in the guitar, and it's infectiously simple riffing and song structure with like dreamy lo-fi feel. Mm-hmm. And I really dig it. So if anybody likes shoegaze or alternative rock or any of that kind of style of music, definitely give True Widow a try, or a listen. But I wouldn't start with the new one. I would start with the last one, which I'm probably going to butcher the name. It's like a really long, but it starts with a C. It's like circumcisionism or something like that. But it's got this like painting of a woman kind of on the cover. That one is still my favorite one. I really, really dig the album. So that's really all I've listened to other than podcast. But I really dig it. It's really chill. And I'm a little tipsy. Sorry for the slurring.
It sounds like it, but it'd be all right. I have not listened to any new music. I have listened to a new podcast. I was on Facebook and I saw an ad for a podcast, and I'm like, this seems interesting. And it's called We Come From Bad News. and it's two brothers that do a podcast, and they're both from where I'm from. So I gave them a listen. Right now, they only have 3 episodes, and I really enjoy it. It's a pop culture podcast. They talk a lot of pop culture. They do talk some nerd stuff. Um, um, but it's mostly a pop culture podcast, and I really enjoy them. Now they both are from Newport News, but neither of them are in Newport News at this point. One lives in Atlanta, and the other one lives in California somewhere now. But they're both originally from Newport News. So I gave them a listen, and I enjoyed it. I enjoy it. It's like I said, it's a new podcast. They only got 3 episodes, but I enjoy it so far, and I loved how fresh it was to listen to people who sound like me. Because
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why I started podcasting, is because no one in podcasting sounded like me, and no one in podcasting came from the place where I came from, saw the things that I saw in my life and decided that that wasn't for me. So I gravitated to something else. For me, it was kind of more like gaming stuff and nerd stuff, but these brothers are the same. And, but they also, they still have Newport News vernacular, which is interesting because, they're my people. I guess you could say they're my people, even though I don't know them at all. But they sound like how my people sound, and I enjoy listening to people who are like me talk.
Right. That's cool, man.
Yeah. So if you're interested in any way, shape, or form, I know that on a episode or two, one of the guys has name dropped Rod from the Black Guy Who Tips, or the Black Guy Who Tips in general, which I know a lot of people listen to. So at least one of them is a Black Guy Who Tips listener. So it's all family. And shout out to Rod and Karen. They haven't been on the show in a while, but it's shout out to Rod and Karen.
Nice.
So that's the only thing. I think that's all I got. Those are the only 3 things that I have to talk about today. Like I have zero. I've done zero else. But I did at work. I did get my my manager in trouble. Because I haven't been making calls like I was supposed to. I just send people emails because people seem to respond to the emails faster. So I've been sending them emails, and then when the district manager looked through our collections calls, was like, no one's been called in like a month because they respond to the emails. So yeah, he got chewed out while I was on lunch.
Well, that sucks, but you're doing what you need to do. It's just, it's a different, because I email people at work more than I do call, because they do respond to it quicker. I don't know.
Emails are ultra convenient.
Yeah, it's like a classy text. That's what an email is like. Text is like, that's like a wine out of a box. But emailing somebody, it's quick and it's convenient, but it also says, I care to write this, and not just, send some smileys. I can talk about Sweet Baby Jesus.
Oh, I do have something else I could talk about, but I think we're running out of time. So
okay,
go ahead and talk about Sweet Baby Jesus.
It's from Duke Law. It's what I've been drinking tonight. Well, I've drank 2 beers tonight. Sweet Baby Jesus is from Duke Law. It's out of Maryland, and it's 6.2 alcohol by volume. It's a chocolate peanut butter porter, and it was delicious.
That does not sound good at all.
I heard the guys talk about that on the Denny podcast, and then the other one that I had, yes. And the other one that I had is a local one called, it's out of Double Barley. It's actually a brewery out of Smithfield, and it's called Thrilla and Vanilla.
Okay, Smithfield, North Carolina, or Smithfield, Virginia?
Smithfield, North Carolina.
Okay, that's where the home office for my company is out of.
Nice. But yeah,
But we've had that conversation outside of recordings.
Yeah, that we're actually almost neighbors, sort of. But yeah, Thrilla and Vanilla it's an imperial porter, which means it is 8% alcohol by volume. And that's probably one that really sent me into a little bit of a slur. And I'm not drunk. I'm just a little happy.
Don't drive home.
That's why I brought the family, because I knew I was going to drink. And then that sounded funny, then out of context.
Yeah, but it's all right.
But yeah, Thrilla and Vanilla.
He brought the family so that they can stay where they are and not leave for the night, so he doesn't have to drive.
Yeah, because I'm a responsible guy. I'm not a heavy drinker. I don't like liquor. I like the taste of beer. It's just certain beers, like Mr. Thrilla over here, has a little bit more alcohol than I'm normally used to.
So what is a normal alcohol by volume, or whatever you want to call it? Like, what is, compared to a normal beer? Like, if I drink a Budweiser, like, how much alcohol per volume is it?
About 4%.
Okay, so the last one you drank was 8.
Yes.
So it's double what a Budweiser is.
Yeah, because that's normally, like, if you see double or imperial, that normally means double. Like double the alcohol. So it's pretty much like 7 or 8 or above is normally what imperial or double means.
So you're drinking a Four Loko.
Yeah. But it has taste. Like because there's beers that are like pretty high in alcohol content, but are not going to taste like a fucking Steel Reserve,
Yeah, but just tastes like rubbing alcohol and call it a day.
Yeah.
Rubbing alcohol and hops.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so one last thing. You finished?
With that, we can get into shout-outs and stuff, because I had a couple of shout-outs.
No, I got one more thing I want to discuss.
Okay,
so I bought this new mod. I got a Rumelo RX2/3. I don't know if I talked about it here, but I know I've talked about it on Facetious. And I love this thing. And I know that it does temperature control. And so I was thinking that I was going to have to upgrade my my tank or buy new coils so that I could do temperature control.
Right.
But then I realized that there is 3 temperature control settings. One is nickel, one is titanium, which is the normal temperature control metals that they use to heat the coils. But there's also a stainless steel. And I realized the coils that I was using are stainless steel. So I switched to temperature control today, actually. And I've been vaping all day on temperature control, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it too. I don't use it often, because I normally use the Addy, and so I'm normally just using straight wattage, because I vape at pretty high wattage and whatnot. But with temperature control,
what wattage are you normally at?
About 80.
Okay.
And so like the temperature control is cool because you can actually ohm it like really low, and it's going to control the temperature, so it's not going to like be dangerous or whatnot. So you can like make a coil that's like 0.005 and whatnot, and it'll be fine. But on a normal mod, it's going to be like, fuck that. You ain't freaking using this on this battery.
Right.
Or you're going to blow this motherfucker up. So the temperature control is cool for that. And because mine does temperature control too. It's a cuboid from Joytech. And it's been acting a little funny. So I want to have a guy look at it, because every now and again it's a atomizer short. And I'm not really sure if that means the atomizer isn't touching right, or if it just means there's a short in my atomizer. But when I've been vaping on Amber's mod, because she isn't using it right now because we're having a baby.
You're having a baby. When's your due date, buddy?
In November sometime.
In November, you're going to have Thanksgiving, baby. So you can give thanks for all those diapers you're going to have to buy. And change.
Yeah, if I have a diaper party, man, you got to come down.
I reckon.
But yeah,
I told you I don't like kids.
Yeah, but at the diaper party, it's just bros bringing diapers for me and us having some beers and playing video games.
But I don't drink. I don't drink much alcohol. I do got some Hennessy in the fridge, in the freezer.
You can bring your Hennessy. and then we'll play some video games. We'll play some Borderlands and anything split screen. I can bust out a damn Nintendo if you want me to.
No, we can.
But yeah, how do we get talking about babies? But anyway, babies.
Yeah, you were talking about the vape.
Yeah,
you were talking about using her vape. You're talking about using her vape because she can't vape because she's pregnant.
Right. You are very smart.
I just remember stuff.
Yeah. So I've been using hers, and hers is a K. It's like one of the. It's got a K in it. Kangertech. That's it. And it's like this little red one, and I've been using that, and I think it may have temperature control too. I'm not sure, but I do know it goes up pretty high volt. Like some of these mods that go, like who would ever vape at like 200? Like I guess it says it can go up to 200, so you can have all that headroom. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like doing the PC, and you have headroom.
I think this with the 3 batteries goes to like 240 or whatever. I think that between 20 and 40, depending on how I feel.
I put it up to like 100 at one point just to see, and I took a big old hit on it. My fucking atomizer caught on fire, man. my cotton was flaming. I had to blow it out. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is stupid. But yeah, I vape around like 80 or so.
Oh yeah, and I placed an order with Dollar E-Juice Club, and the order that I placed, it came really fast this time. I only ordered 2 things because I did place another order with Mount Baker, and they sent me an extra bottle this time, and it was cotton candy. So I'm gonna vape the cotton candy, but I don't really want cotton candy. Like, fuck that. Yeah. But I will say the strawberry donuts from Dollar E-Juice Club was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, I just got some new juice. It was peaches. I don't even know what the company is. I was just trying to get some 30 mil that was around $10, and I got it, and it was a peaches and cream, and it tastes really good. It's pretty legit, man.
Oh, Dollar E-Juice has 60 mils for $8.99, and they do have milk and cereal. I think it's like Fruit Loops and milk. Mm-hmm. I know you said you kind of like that kind of stuff, especially with the whole milk thing. They do have like strawberry milk and stuff like that. But they have 60 mils for $8.99. Only problem with Dollar E-Juice Club is all of their stuff is 70/30.
Yeah, that's fine. I do like the Max VG or 90, which is normally like 90/10 or above,
right?
Or like 100% VG and no PG.
I'm definitely that's a Max VG
hard to do, and it tastes because it's easier to insert your flavors through PG than VG. You have to like load that VG with flavor to have it like, or it's going to not taste bad. It's going to be very muted, but you're going to get a much cleaner, lot more vapor production and whatnot if you're going for that with VG than you are PG.
Okay.
But if you're used to smoking cigarettes like all the time, the PG is kind of where it's at, because the PG kind of gives you that throat hit. Like,
right. I know the difference between when I'm vaping from Mount Baker and when I'm vaping from Dollar E-Juice. Now, I will say that these fuckers at Mount Baker, now I looked this time because they weren't going to get my ass a second time. They sent me cotton candy, but they sent me cotton candy in 18, and I vape at 6. So yeah. I'm gonna have to dilute this bastard, and I think I got some strawberries, some shit like that. That's 0. I'm gonna have to fucking do that because they are not gonna get my ass again. Nope.
Yeah, because I'm down to 3 now. I want another 60, because I think I might hit them up for a 60 mil. Because I want another 60 mils of 3, and I think after that I'll go down to 0.
I've done 0, but I like a little bit. I don't think 3 is enough for me.
Yeah, it's not right now. I think I'm trying to wean down off of it. So maybe, because it kind of sucks, having to go outside and stuff. Because I don't want to tempt Amber and whatnot, because she's or do it around her or whatnot. So. Because I'm trying to wean it, because I tried the quit cold turkey, and that was not happening.
No, I've tried also, and it just doesn't work for you, boy. But yeah, if you go to Mount Baker, sometimes you can find coupon codes online. If not, you can use Vape on 10.
Mm-hmm.
Vape on 10 gives you just a 10% off. Just if you're like in your cart and you click on something else, they'll be like, hey, you want this 10% so you can actually order what you have in your cart? All right, then, cool. So Vape on 10 gets you that. I did use a code for Dollar E-Juice, but it doesn't work anymore. So it didn't work when I placed the second order. So it was probably just a temporary thing. So all right. So I think we're done.
Well, I can get into shout outs, but I gotta pee like pretty bad.
Okay.
So
are you peeing now?
I told you I had to pee.
I mean, like you're literally peeing on the show. Like what? You ain't even mute. You ain't even like, okay, do your shout outs and then I talk and then you pee. Like that's like the easiest way that we could do this. Like you ain't even mute to flush the toilet, dude.
Well, I told you. I told you.
No, you told me you had to pee and then you started peeing. Like, it's not like you gave me any time to, like, filibuster or anything. Like, you just started peeing.
Filibuster. But, we can get into shout-outs.
You totally didn't wash your hands.
I'll watch them after the show because I don't want to... I could ruin the phone. You want me to ruin this phone?
I mean, you're a little tipsy, so I guess that's probably a good idea. But now, to remind me never to touch your phone.
Watch the phone too.
I don't think that's a good idea. Go ahead and do your shout outs then. Shit.
Okay, I want to shout out Gaming Vessels because they're a new podcast and they're kind of veterans to the podcasting thing. Well, at least for me, because I really dig Show Enough and Trader Joe. And they got Nemo Cub on there, which is a good friend of theirs. And I think it's going to be something good because they talk about, your AAA games like Destiny and whatnot, but they also talk about some niche titles and things that some other podcasts don't really talk about, and which is cool. And, I like to shout out Future Monkeys because I'm always, chilling with those guys. Those are a cool set of guys over there. And Gaming History X and EDG because, those guys are cool too. All of them. And
not every chase is this chase.
Yeah, not every chase this chase.
How about your boy?
Yep.
That's it?
I think we should go to PAX sometime. Even if we don't even go to the game stuff, we should just hang out. And
I think, what's a better... I like MagFest a lot. MagFest is a convention. It's a lot smaller than those. You still have all of the panels and stuff like that, but they also have just this big ass fucking game room with like different like PCs and consoles and stuff like that. And that room is always open 24 hours, and you could just go play some fucking games with your homies. And the last time I went, they had a big rock band set up, and you could just play a song on Rock Band and rotate. I sang last time. I can't remember what I sang, but it was awesome. And where else in life do you get like 1 million white people singing Cult of Personality? I tried to record it. The recording didn't quite work out, but fuck yeah, man.
Nice.
MagFest is usually in January.
There's going to be a Comic-Con in July that is called SuperCon. It's going to be in Raleigh, and LeVar Burton is going to be there.
Cool. And I know that there's one. I don't know whether it's this weekend or the next. There's one here in Richmond. But I know I got a friend that's going, but I don't think I can't make it because I'm supposed to do something with the family on Sunday.
Yeah, family's cool. Shout out Pimp because he's a cool dude.
Who's moving? He's moving like next week or something like that. He is actually Richmond Comic Con started today. Actually,
he's moving to Richmond.
No, that was back previous conversation. But yeah, he's moving to St. Louis, and everything is set. I think he moves next weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
He's just moving for them ribs.
Them ribs, yo. All right. So I'm gonna give my shout outs. A shout out always to everyone who listens. Shout out to the few that give us feedback. We enjoy doing this, and I'm glad that you're around to listen to what we do, including Chase peeing and not washing his hands. Of course, shout out to the homie Meef J, because I listened to the last episode and I'm like this. They were talking about gaming tropes, and they wanted to do a follow-up live show, and they were like, we should get a couple of people in, and no mention of Scarfinger, dog. Like, what's good, B? Like, seriously, what's good?
I want to say something too, man, and I know you're part of the podcast too, but everyone mentions I love facetious, but everyone mentions facetious, but nobody mentions Scarcasm Live, and I want Scarcasm Live. Come over here.
Yeah, and you should totally guest on facetious once. When you're actually on time.
Yeah,
because you always show up in the chat like halfway through the show.
yeah. But that's mostly because when it tells me that the thing is live, is normally like 30 minutes afterwards.
It's Monday at 7:05.
Okay.
Every Monday, 7:05.
And the only reason I was able to come in last time because I was actually at the Magic the Gathering thing, and they have
Oh yeah, you did say that in the chat. Oh, so they do that on Mondays?
Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay. All right, so let's wrap this up. So again, thank you to everyone that's listening, everyone who will listen later. Send feedback. I have one more thing. I'm gonna start putting the deets. I'm gonna start actually saying the deets again because I got rid of the part of me talking at the beginning because Radio IO is out. So I had to cut that, and either that or I got to record a whole new one, which I don't really want to do. So I'll start saying that during the podcast now. But there's a phone number, there's emails, there's Twitter, all of that stuff is in the show notes. So holla at your boy. All right, what do you got? So we can.
Yeah, you were saying something about the tropes, the gaming tropes that EDG was talking about. Like I was wondering something, like, because I'm kind of new to the anime thing. Not really new, but like what's with like the cat girls? Like everyone's like into the cat girl. Like I was wondering, like, I mean, I'm not talking about like all the ladies dressed up like a cat for Halloween, because that's been going since like the beginning of time,
Right.
Like Mary Magdalene's like, I want to be a cat girl for Halloween, and you just like, that's cool. And then so that's how that got started. But then with the anime thing, the girls were actually cats. Like they have tails and shit. So I was wondering if like hardcore anime fans just like fuck it and fuck the cat.
I have no idea. I'm not an anime person, so I don't know. I know like maybe 5 that I've actually sat down and watched. I really wanted to watch One Punch Man, but I didn't want to sit there reading.
Yeah, the best way to go really is if you really want to, if you know it's something you'll get into, is just to get it on DVD, because the DVDs or Blu-rays have all the languages, but for some reason, which is stupid, that Netflix only has one.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, so for the homie Chase, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm Live, and we're out of here. So to the Warriors.
Later.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.